Hello, and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 27. Before we get into the show, I didn't want to sing happy birthday, because that's a little more cringe than this episode will normally go to, but happy birthday, Pokemon, happy birthday, Zelda. Yay, happy birthday.
Yay!
Yay!
We will be talking about some
God.
Pokemon and Zelda stuff later in the show to celebrate that. But hi, hello, welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. I hope you enjoyed that Nintendo Direct, because you bet we're talking about it a week late. Yeah, I can't believe we literally recorded the episode, and then the next day Nintendo's like, hey, 50-minute Direct.
It's not like we could have talked about it on the episode anyways. The episode goes live, or went live before the Direct.
Yeah, I
But we
know,
did-
but still, like, the timing is just impeccable, really.
Hey, we guessed it. It's okay.
Yeah, we got it. Alex got it. Gotta give him credit. It
Exactly.
only took
Alex
him like
is a
two
leaker confirmed.
It only took him 2 tries.
Hey, that's what our slash Nintendo Switch does.
Fair enough. Anyway, so Nintendo Direct. Let's just get right into it. This is a lot of stuff to cover, so enough with the cringe. Into the stuff. Starting Pyra in Smash and Mithra is
Rex
a Echo
Brain,
Fighter,
dude.
Beefeater duo, whatever thing. Rex totally got screwed over. Haha. So, yay, another anime sword fighter. Excited for that.
Anime sword this time.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Guess what is the sword?
Yeah.
It's
Anime
meta now.
sword. Drops in March. We'll be getting more information about that soon. Better be soon, because we're only like a week away from March at this point.
For real.
So,
Less than a week.
and the news stage is Gramps. I'm happy it's a Xenoblade rep, because Xenoblade needs more love than it does get usually.
Sakurai wanted Rex in initially. That's why Rex is the Mii costume for Wave 1. But, like, it's nice to see they progress. And both, or all 3 of the models, since Rex is one of the models with them, look amazing. Like,
Yeah,
they
for
need to
sure.
go back and show some love to some of the older models, because,
We'll get to see
There's
Sakurai in his
ages
house
well.
again.
true.
Will it be his house, or will he be back at
Oh, he
work?
wasn't. Wait. Was
Isn't
he back
Japan's-
in?
Isn't
Oh,
Japan
no,
still in
Japan
a
did go back.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Yeah.
So probably at his
They had
house.
to delay Nintendo World for it.
I'm sure he's even, he's probably just still like, well, if I can work from home, I kind of like doing that.
Mhm.
I'd like to work from home.
Although he misses having to not being able to play during lunch.
True.
Yeah, with
Because it helps
other
test the
workers.
fighters. Interesting thing to note is that Mithra and Pyra are actually counted as 2 separate fighters. So,
But you can switch in game. It's not like an Echo Fighter where you just pick one and play that entire match.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it'll
be like
Zelda and
the-
Sheik.
Pokemon trainer.
It's gonna be like the versions of Melee that like tournament people use, where it's like you can start as Sheik.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're going to get 2 amiibo for this one fighter.
Okay, next up, Fall Guys is coming to Switch this summer, along with Xbox as well. I know that's a separate thing, but and I'm pretty
It's
sure
an announcement.
the Xbox version was leaked already, but it's also coming to Switch now.
So,
Way after it's kind of dead. I mean, not like
Yeah,
dead,
pretty
dead,
much.
but not in the hype
Yeah.
anymore.
Better late than never.
Yeah. Outer Wilds is coming this summer. Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind are coming to North America for the first time on May 14th.
And
Samurai,
like
you go ahead.
fully remastered versions of the games.
Yeah,
kinda
that's pretty cool.
interested.
and it's done by the guys who did 999, I think.
I don't know.
Nintendo tweeted something about it.
I know that Japan has some collector's edition that comes with like an art book and something else.
Yeah, we're not getting that.
Yeah. I mean,
Guaranteed.
Probably not.
oh no, my poor heart. Famicom Detective Club. Although I'm pretty excited about that. For real.
Yeah, that's a cool announcement.
It's always good to get
it-
stuff that Japan has that we haven't.
Mother
I
3.
kind of wish they'd
Mother
done a
3.
full remake for Fire Emblem 1, since they're showing love to this random series.
Yeah, I mean, like Grant was saying, the Mother series, and like, it's good when we get, I guess, more indie stuff from Japan. And it's a big deal that we're kind of getting bidets now. I know that's not gaming, but still big. It's always
Oh
good to
my
get stuff
God.
from Japan. I love Japan.
Oh, and if you order one of those off the eShop, you get the other for $10 less.
Nice.
Good to know.
I'll play it on Switch while I'm sitting on the toilet with my bidet.
There we go. There we go. Samurai Warriors
I had
5 and Legend of Mana Remastered are both coming this summer as well. We don't know a date for Samurai Warriors 5, which is basically just Dynasty Warriors but Samurai, and Legend of Mana Remastered. You know what Legend of Mana is, with new music arrangements, which is exciting. That's coming on June 24th. There's a lot of stuff coming in the summer. Usually the summer's pretty dry for stuff, so I'm like, now that I've kind of gotten the whole list in front of me, there's a ton of stuff coming this summer, and I'm very glad to see that, because the summer is usually a pretty droughty time for games. Like right after the new year and summer are like the worst times for new stuff coming out.
Last year we had we had Xenoblade released before summer, and we had Paper Mario towards the end of the summer.
Yeah.
It's kind of
well, last summer was extra worse because COVID, but
yeah, true.
It's always just been like
get
like the summer is a drought, and then at the end of the summer, that's when the announcements come for the rest of the year.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Rise was shown off again. The Special Edition Switch version and the Special Edition Pro Controller are both coming to North America, confirmed. The Pro Controller has already gone up and sold out at Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. It has not gone live on Amazon yet. It might be by the time you listen to this, but as of this recording,
it's also Amazon. So
yeah, who knows? Good. I mean, really, just good luck. Nintendo stuff is being scalped like crazy right now. We'll be talking about this later in the episode as well. The scalping situation, but
has the or the Switch gone up yet? I haven't been keeping an eye because I can't afford.
It might have gone up somewhere.
Switch.
It might have gone up at GameStop. I can't really remember. Yeah, I haven't been looking at it either because I just don't have the want or the capital for the Switch Special Edition of Monster Hunter.
It looks nice, but damn, I don't need another Switch right now.
Yeah. Mario Golf Super Rush, new Mario Golf. That's the first one in a long time.
I'm so excited for Caddy Simulator, dude. I'm so hype.
Since Toadstool Tour? Was that the last Mario Golf?
Toadstool Tour was not the last.
Was there one on the Wii after Toadstool Tour?
No, wasn't there one on 3DS?
I thought there was a DS or Game Boy one.
Oh, there was one on the Mario Sports Superstars. There was golf in that.
Yeah,
I don't.
But like the specifically Mario Golf game, like the specific Mario Golf series.
Mario Golf World Tour, Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, Mario Golf World Tour. Okay. But still a long time. And it's got a lot of new mechanics and stuff in it that look really fun. That makes multiplayer a lot more interesting. I'm very excited for that. It's coming June 25th. It's got a story mode, which is baller, and a speed golf mode, which basically where you everyone can hit the ball at starting at the same time, and it's just whoever can get their ball in the thing fastest.
Hoping that it works kind of like on a custom lobby with Golf with Your Friends, where you can set the collision for everyone's ball to be on, and then half of the craziness will just be from people knocking their other players' balls out of the air.
That'd be hilarious. Speaking of, Alex is the one that saw it, so I'll let him talk about it.
So before, they've since removed it, but we already know of so in the trailer they show Mario, Peach, Luigi, Daisy,
Bowser,
Wario, Waluigi,
Waluigi.
Ah,
The Luigi boy?
Me, Toad, and maybe is Yoshi? I don't remember.
Yoshi is in there, yes, because everyone commented on the fact that he's naked.
It's been removed since, but like right after they released the trailer, they put up the website, and the website revealed that King Babam will be a character in the game,
King
playable.
Babam.
Yeah,
I was thinking that they would do maybe one or two Bowser henchmen types, like how they do in the Mario parties.
They probably
So
will.
that would be a good rep. I would like
Goombas
Dry
and
Bones
Koopa
to be in
Troopa.
it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll see Toadette and Rosalina and Pauline.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that'd be cool.
we'll see the usual gambit, I'm sure.
I'm sure
I don't think that we'll
after
see Gambit. I don't think Nintendo has the rights to any of the X-Men, Grant. I'm sorry to tell you.
you
They
really
paid
got me there,
Marvel
dude. You got me so
specifically
good,
for-
bro. That was so funny, dude. So
I'm looking really forward though to like knocking down people because
yeah, this is gonna be a fun party mode, dude. That's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be
we're
very
gonna play
frustrating.
that in person.
Yeah,
we
that's
better all get a copy. Bro.
Maybe even record the audio just to
This
see
is,
how bad everyone gets.
this is gonna be like the same level as New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where you play the level of the lava dragon and you just try to throw each other off.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
Yes.
so much fun. Yeah. Very excited for that. Like I said, June 25th. And it's also a holdover because I've been waiting so long for Sports Story, which is the follow-up game to Golf Story, which is a very early indie title on the Switch. By the way, if you have not played Golf Story, you better go buy that game right now and play it. It is so good. It's an RPG, but golf. It's so much fun. And those same people are making a new one called Sports Story, which is just like another RPG, but with more sports than just golf. It got delayed because of the pandemic and everything, and I've been waiting for it forever, dude. I want it so bad. The first one was so good.
Do you think they'll talk about that in the next Nindy?
I hope so. I
It
really
depends on how
want
close
that
it
game.
is to release.
That's
Yeah,
true.
But so I finally get at least this to hold me over a little bit on the golf thing. I need to go replay Golf Story. Really, it was so much fun.
I need to play it.
I mean,
not had
the story
I haven't
mode
done
and the story mode had RPG elements as well, or at least like custom builder stats because they were like showing off boosting me stats.
Yeah. It really held me over a lot in the earlier days of the Switch when there weren't a lot of games to be playing on it. That one held me over for a while. Anyway, back to the Direct. Tales from the Borderlands, which was a correct leak that we talked about last week, I believe, is coming March 24th, so about a month from when this episode drops. Capcom Arcade Classics is available to download now. It is free, and it comes with 1 or 2 free games, I think, and then you just buy
It
certain...
depends on when you pre-order or download them, because one of them is available for like a few more days. Maybe I don't know the exact dates. I haven't been able to keep up with it because work.
I think it was Street Fighter in the pack on the Switch. They changed Hong Kong's flag to China.
Oof.
Yeah,
It-
in that collection.
you just buy where you download the game for free, and you can buy certain packs that have different games in it, so you don't have to buy the whole game just to get like one game you like, which is nice. It's not a terrible thing. Zombie Without a Pulse is coming March 16th. I really didn't grasp what that was.
See, okay, I was listening
neither.
to the Direct on my way or on my drive home. I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah. But dropping March 16th. That's really all I've got to say about that.
I have no clue what that is.
No More Heroes.
Oh, was that the one where it kind of felt like an ad for one of those strategy mobile games?
No, that's DC Supergirls.
No, that look. I know
We'll get to
what
that.
DC Supergirls was. That was like a 5-minute ad, dude. I had to sit there driving, just like, is this going to be finished anytime soon.
You gotta hear that really good Batgirl voice acting, dude.
Yeah. No More Heroes 3 is dropping August 27th. I know that's a big one. A lot of people have been waiting for that.
I'm excited.
August is now in the first half of the year.
Yeah. That's so funny. They mentioned like first half of 2021, and they talked about games coming out in 2022.
Hey.
Well, I think the dates in the
2022 is in
presentation
the
were
first
changed.
half.
Like the words, I think were already all recorded, and the presentation like dates were changed last minute for COVID.
Well,
Which
it's,
would
I think it's just
that would have
it's
meant Splatoon
mostly
2 would have
it's-
gotten announced.
They didn't say it was
Three.
exclusively on that. They just said like focused on, and they
Focused.
are right because most of it is coming out by June.
I think it's more Nintendo's like our stuff we'll talk about will all be first.
Well,
half,
that's
but-
not
false.
true either.
Last
well, outside
item in
of
the direct.
Splatoon, but
Guys,
Splatoon's their big announcement for this one. It's so slightly different.
That's such a good announcement.
what Nintendo meant by first half of 2021 is when you write out 2021, first half of it is 2-0. And 2022 also has that. So that's what they meant. They could have announced a game from like 2070 and still been right.
So until we
I rest my case.
Is that
well,
just
not
like
2070, but
fully
before
immersive
2050.
VR?
And since N64 Online will be coming in 2055.
Sounds about right.
But it comes at the cost of NES and SNES online.
I'd be so mad, bro. Neon White Heaven Assassinator is coming in winter of this year. That game looked pretty cool.
That
I was
is one of the ones
interested
I
in that
remember.
one. Yeah.
Because they started out going, "You're going to heaven," something like that.
Yeah, so it's basically a game where you are a assassinator, but you kill people in heaven that are like you're in heaven, and you kill other people in heaven.
Oh yeah,
it's
you're like killing.
I'm doing a
men
very bad
in
job
heaven.
of selling it to you.
It
I'm
kind of
sure,
seemed like Bayonetta, but
yeah,
you're already in heaven. I didn't look into it because I was looking into
Wait.
the announcements.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
We're waiting.
Aren't you like a demon or something?
I didn't watch it.
I don't know.
You're an
I
assassin.
was listening to it.
You're an assassin-ator. DC Supergirl's Team Power.
Wait, sorry.
What?
Like, and like, the thing is though, like, it was making the announcer guy go crazy. Like,
Yeah, it was. It does look really cool. I'm definitely interested in that.
oh yeah, it was
but
like a platform.
Nothing.
Right?
This doesn't compare to DC Supergirls.
Exactly.
Yeah. So DC Supergirl's Team Power dropping on June 4th. It's modern, cringy, cartoony DC superheroes. They're all like young teenage girls ish. And there's social media in it. Pretty toxic looking, pretty boring. I don't know. This is like on the same level as when Nintendo did the partner showcases, and they're like one of their 5 announcements they did was like WWE crap and suck. I don't know.
Yeah,
that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ignore it. Plant vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville is the newest thing in the Plants vs Zombies series, and this is really interesting. There's both a single player campaign and online multiplayer that is basically like TF2 Overwatch kind of thing. So yeah, you get to play as Plants vs Zombies characters, but there's like online multiplayer and it looked really fun.
Prediction: I bet there's a battle royale mode that they're sitting on.
Probably.
The game's old, right? It's been out for a couple years.
Has it?
Or
I don't
more
know.
than
I
a
know
few.
nothing about it.
Me neither.
But
But it's
dropped-
coming to Switch.
Yeah, coming to Switch March 19th. Like I said, TF2E, Overwatch-y kind of thing. And there's also a single-player campaign. Miitopia is coming to Switch as well, May 21st.
HD me.
Yeah, HD Miitopia, woo.
It's the RPG one.
Man, you can just listen.
I-
You can hear the excitement in the air around that. You can really
Well, I remember
feel
when
it.
it came
Look,
up.
I
when it-
recommend the first half of that game because the second half is 20 hours of backtracking.
I remember when the trailer came up, you guys were like, "Oh, this is really cool," and I was like, "Is this some crappy Wii U thing that I just missed?"
No, it's some crappy 3DS game.
Well, but that's still my point. The fact that I didn't know which crappy kind of thing it was is just
Look,
like,
it's-
okay, this is fine, but
It
you know,
it's fine for what it is, which is a children's RPG. It's fine. The problem is their solution was fill the back half of the game with backtracking because they didn't know what else to do.
Cameron upset at this literally child's
played
level
it.
RPG.
Y'all see that turkey though with the mouth? Yo.
The one with the mouth,
Oh.
bro.
Dark Lord Stan.
What that mouth do?
I love Dark Lord Stan.
Everybody
Oh,
gets to be a
man.
Dark Lord in that game.
Okay. Something.
Grant
Grant
might
the
play
Dark
through that
Lord?
game. I don't remember what Grant was in that game for me.
Yo.
Might be able to find
Grant the Dark Lord.
Grant was not the Dark Lord, I assure you.
He's gonna be my Dark
I don't
Lord.
remember who was,
Me-
but
The next update for Animal Crossing.
Never say
Yeah,
that.
I'm afraid that if I make a Dark Lord joke, it's either going to be really cringy or a little bit offensive. So I'm just going to stay quiet and move on. The next Animal Crossing New Horizons update is coming on February 25th, which is the day after this episode releases.
And we've made it to the one announcement that Mary cared about.
Yeah.
Woo!
So it's the Mario update. Items in the shop will be available March 1st with the update. A whole bunch of Mario stuff is coming, like warp pipes and Mario decorations. You can almost build levels, really.
clothing.
Um,
Oh, it's
real.
gonna be very interesting to see what creative people can do.
Speedrunning's
I'm
gonna
not
be
that creative in
insane.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the warp pipes are such a game changer for speedrunning and like
I-
just getting crap done. Like,
yeah,
For real.
man, I'm in that speed running Animal Crossing gang.
Yeah,
Yo,
there is actually a speedrun category for Animal Crossing.
frame perfect
Oh.
restart on the console. Frame perfect. Tom Nook delete my save data. Restart the time.
It's gonna
Frame
be like
perfect-
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of memes coming up that are like the Tinder speedrun memes,
I love that guy so much.
but like Animal Crossing. Project Triangle Strategy, which is a working title. Don't
It's
get
not.
upset.
It will be the title.
It'll be Triangle Strategy. If you don't believe me, go look at Octopath, because that was Project Octopath Traveler or Project Octopath, whichever, and that ended up being Octopath Traveler.
Well,
Square is
Triangle
not-
Strategy does not equal Project Triangle Strategy, so hush.
well, I
It's
feel like
dropping
they
in.
still put that just to avoid people memeing it, and people are still memeing it.
You can't avoid memes.
working title. Doubt.
It's coming next year. I took it as basically Octopath with more stuff, but Cameron says that that is
It's wrong.
wrong.
It is.
And I believe him because he's played it and I haven't looked at it besides the direct.
So if Octopath is what is kind of the direction Pokemon would have gone had they stuck with 2D, then Triangle Strategy is what Fire Emblem would have done had they stuck with 2D. Because it is.
I'm really struggling
turn-based
with that
strategy.
analogy.
Not really. That's about accurate. It's just a long analogy.
It's two types of RPGs.
Me,
But
I'm struggling
being
to
evolved in the
understand that
same way.
analogy. Cameron, no, you're not.
Oh, I thought you said I was struggling to.
No, I'm struggling with that analogy. Like what would Fire Emblem be if it's stuck with 2D?
HD, 2D.
What?
So
They would have had to go somewhere
So-
with it.
what you are saying
The graphics.
it is yes, 2D technology has gotten better.
Yes.
One Octopath is game design and game theory wise more akin to a Pokemon type RPG, whereas Project Triangle Strategy is more akin to a Fire Emblem style RPG.
Yes.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
I
At
do
first, I
feel-
was just kind of like, "What the hell?" But they look similar. They have the same kind of art style.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I'm almost certain it's the same engine, maybe a little bit modified, since there is a full camera this time around. In Octopath, it was fixed perspective. But it's Cooper is laughing himself up a storm over here.
I mean,
I
Project
enjoy it.
Triangle strategy, you're still working with a small arm, like just a few units, right? And unlike Fire Emblem, where you're a small army.
Well, I think I had like 8 or 9. There
Okay,
was
then yeah,
3
that's closer to.
I don't know how to obtain them, or all of them, but there was 3 collectible units that you could gather and use for the second fight, possibly the
Yeah.
first fight. Because Square released their survey that they talked about with during the direct, and one of the questions was, "Did you recruit any of these 3? And did you use any of these 3?" And there's an option for none, and I hit none for the use them in battle because I am dumb and couldn't figure out how to use them in battle.
So is the feedback survey already up?
Yeah, I don't know if you have to finish the game or not. It's possible you do because I finished it.
We do need to
yesterday
mention that
got it.
there is a demo for the game that is out now. You can go ahead and download it, and there's also a feedback survey that you can complete based on your experience with the demo. Since it's not coming out till 2022, it's kind of like a Daemon X Machina thing, like a beta test almost, but also a demo. So if you're interested in that stuff, be sure to download that demo and give feedback so they can make the game better.
Very much please give them the feedback that it needs to have auto play for the dialogue, because
I saw your tweet about that.
it's so annoying having to press A on all the dialogue in 2021. Please, Square. I know it's aimed at a classic style RPG, but please don't do that classic of a style.
Next up, Star Wars Hunters, coming sometime this year, is a competitive third-person shooter that is Star Wars themed.
Yay!
So,
Yay.
Yeah.
and Knockout City, coming May 21st, is just dodgeball but nuts. There's it's like a larger map, like you're in like a small city. You run around with people, you can tag team and stuff like that. The mechanics are pretty weird, and it looks a little complicated for dodgeball. I definitely can't do a great description of it, so you should go watch the trailer for it if you are interested in that. It looks fun, but it also looks difficult. So,
What was that conference though? Like, it's like, here's these characters. All right, now they look completely different in game.
yeah, there was like a CS:GO character, and then there was like Grorg from like League or something, and then there was
That's what this is the trailer I was thinking of, because all I remember is just hearing these characters talking like in a locker room or something, or a couch or whatever. It really did just sound like one of those mobile game ads.
Yeah, I did find it entertaining, the Grorg monster, whatever his name was, just like lifting off like 15 different humongous weapons that he used all the time, and like how he's experienced with them. I thought that was kind of cute, but yeah, I'm not really sure what those characters had to do with a dodgeball game. Like, why not, instead of making random characters from games that you can maybe guess, make them seem like they're having fun when you can just make the game look fun?
Yes,
Ew.
I agree. Making the game look fun takes priority.
World's End Club, literally know zero things. Alex, do you know things?
All I know is that it's being made by the people who made 999 and Danganronpa. I've played through all of Danganronpa's stuff, and I own 999 because I got it in its trilogy, because I got it for Christmas, but I haven't had the chance to play it. Based on the trailer they released later, Nintendo showed a lot more than they should have in the first trailer.
What do you mean?
Because, like, the the second trailer that got released is just them getting dragged into being in the game, and the first trailer we got was like, oh, it's canceled, and now you got to do all this. But I don't think people would have been interested if it had just been the second trailer. So I guess that's kind of part of the
Okay.
thing. You've got to spoil some of the game to get people interested in the game in the first place.
Fair enough.
Apparently, it's on Apple Arcade, but
Ooh, Apple
why
Arcade.
play it on the platform
Ooh, what
they
else is it
haven't
going to?
heard
Is it
about
going to
in
Stadia?
years? Ooh, Stadia. Stadia.
Next up, Hades is getting a physical release for the Switch. That is so exciting. It comes with a digital soundtrack and
It
a
looks so sick.
character compendium. Excuse me. It's dropping March 19th. The art looks great. I have yet to play Hades because I devote all my time to games that I've already played a lot because I'm bad. But I really want to. I need to play it. I know it's going to be something I really enjoy.
It's
And
so good.
I've watched gameplay of it.
Good.
And I've seen everything about it, and I've heard all the rave reviews, and I know how well it did at Game Awards. Like I know it's an amazing game that I would absolutely love. I just need to get it. So same goes for you. If you don't have Hades, you should get it. It's really cool. So yeah,
Get the physical edition. Support them.
yeah. Again, March 19th that comes out. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, which is are they remastered? Are the games remastered or is it just ports?
I don't know.
They look a little bit
They-
remastered. Don't quote me on that, but it's the first 3 Ninja Gaiden games, coming with all the DLC and everything on June 10th. So that's pretty.
I think it's just the first 3 3D ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there were 2D ones on like NES, and it ain't them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in Ninja Gaiden, definitely look into that. June 10th. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity is getting an expansion pass. This is following the usual Nintendo formula for expansion DLC. There's going to be 2 waves. If you pre-order now, you get a purchase bonus as well. I don't have the exact dates on those waves, but it's just DLC for Age of Calamity. I really wish that game ran better because it kind of makes me not want to play it sometimes. Like, I don't mind low frame rates. Like, I'm not one of those 60 FPS purists. Like, I'm okay with 30 frames. But when it starts dipping below like 20, it feels like brake discs are being shoved in my eyes. So it just sometimes gets really annoying. I want to play more of it. Like, it's fun. It's just more Hyrule Warriors, and Hyrule Warriors is amazing. I just wish it ran better.
Problem with Koei Tecmo games is it's like they don't finish off polishing them, so you get weird things that Nintendo would have taken care of in like a last version.
Yeah,
of cleaning up the game.
It just does not have amazing performance, which sucks. But if you're into Age of Calamity and you enjoyed it, be sure to look out for that expansion pass. I'll probably get it at some point. I don't know that I'll pre-order it though. I'm not really itching to play that a lot right now anyway.
Maybe with the DLC they'll fix the frame rate kind of. No, it could give them like I don't know if they will
patch or something. They should.
They release patches. Oh, I mean I could see them patching it maybe.
Yeah, maybe at some point.
I hope
I guess we'll just see.
It
really needs it. It really, really needs it. Hey, have you heard about Bravely Default 2? Bravely Default 2 is coming out. Bravely Default 2. Bravely Default 2. I swear to God, I've seen so many ads on YouTube the past several days for Bravely Default 2.
YouTube, Twitter.
15-second unskippable ads. The worst
this
kind
Friday,
of ad.
guys. Bravely Default 2.
Bravely Default 2.
If you order it at Best Buy, you get... What is it? It's a coaster and like a sticker or something.
Oh, yeah. Sick. Sticker.
Love it.
So yeah, Bravely Default 2, Bravely Default 2,
Bravely Default 2. Nintendo, give me a Bravely Default 2 ad on this video.
So yeah,
Square,
this Friday,
Square
I'm so
about
glad
it
for it to
selling.
come out so I can stop hearing about it. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is coming this week as well. Also, the day after this podcast drops, with local co-op play. It's essentially just multiplayer Ghosts and Goblins, which is cool. You know, no real gripes about it. Saga Frontier Remastered, dropping April 15th. I know nothing about Saga Frontier. If you do, April 15th, be on the lookout for that. Apex Legends was finally shown off by Nintendo themselves, which is exciting. You get 30 free levels, like we mentioned before, in the Battle Pass for this season. You also get a free Pathfinder skin, and you get double XP for the first 2 weeks of play on Nintendo Switch, which is cool.
I'm gonna have to play for the Path skin.
I think you get it just for downloading the game. Like, I don't think you have to do anything.
Well,
you're just giving it.
Wait, are they connected on?
No, there is no cross.
There's no cross progression.
Compatibility. Yeah.
They're working on
yet.
it, but they're like just mostly
they keep
whining.
claiming they're working on it.
But yeah, it's hard.
I don't think they're working on it.
Oh, sorry.
The game's 2 years old, guys. Give us a break.
For real. Like, but for real though, like it looked really good.
I don't know.
Like,
I'd say the same
They
thing.
knew people would want it 2 years ago and said, "Oh, we're not." Like at that point, they were like, "We're not planning that." Like they
also
could have
s-
had.
Well, they
it.
also said they weren't planning to make it on Switch, and then it came out on Switch.
Okay, but
I'm-
like, why? Look, even if no other version has it, if you're going to delay the Switch so much, why not add it to the Switch version just so you have an idea of what you're doing for the other consoles? Like, at least with the Switch version, it could be like, oh, you have the choice, and if you choose to bring your data over from, whatever, you've got it right here on the Switch, which is fresh and new, and you don't even have to decide anything.
Yeah. But yeah, what Cooper was trying to say, it looked really good. I'm impressed. I hope it actually plays like they showed it plays, because that will be very impressive.
They just recorded PC version.
I'd be kind of upset.
I'm interested to see how well I do playing on a Pro controller, because if the buttons are jumped around,
The question is, did they put motion controls in? Does the PS5 version have motion controls?
Apex does not have any motion controls.
Huh.
There are no motion controls in Apex. Why would you suggest such a terrible thing?
Could there be, though?
Could there be to make it like
yeah,
a
and I
mouse?
could also not play it.
exactly.
But yeah, so dropping again early March, I believe, March 9th or something like that. And
That just unlocked a hidden memory in my head of Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the Wii.
Don't you dare bring up Call of Duty on the Wii.
And Medal of Honor, I think Vanguard on the Wii.
There was a Call of Duty on the DS.
There were several Call of Duties on the DS, actually. Modern Warfare 3 came out on the DS. Yeah, it was like reworked. It was pretty much a different game entirely, but they made it because the system was so popular that they might as well. It was not good though. Scott the Waz talked about him.
Look, it doesn't have to be good. It's popular, and you're a popular series. It's just money.
Yeah, just like Call of Duty on the go. And reminder, this is like 2008, so it's like, yeah, sure. Okay, and on to the last ending stuff. So apparently, the Bayonetta 3 developers are also working on Zelda because it's going well. And
we have nothing to tell you.
Yeah, it was such a meme. I can't remember his name. He came on the screen and was like, "Hi, you know who I am. I'm the developer of the Legend of Zelda series. I bet you're thinking that I'm going to say something about Breath of the Wild 2, but I'm not. We don't have anything to tell you right now." They do.
Sorry.
They say they have more information planned for later this year, and the rumors are spinning up again about Switch Pro coming out later this year, so maybe that'll have something to do with it. The usual DLSS and 4K upscaling crap and all the other stuff with mini
Grant is so
LEDs
dumb
and
I don't
about
know.
Bluetooth and blah blah blah. You know, the same thing we've been talking about for like
4K ray tracing
And Call of
Switch
Duty on the
guys?
go.
Yeah, Call of Duty on the go.
You
Yeah.
can use it to hotspot.
Watch it there be.
Just
Like, they basically said they have nothing planned, though, at their thing, though, for people who...
well, see,
For the
I
investors.
feel like
Yeah, but
I
that was
believe
they mentioned like they have nothing planned like for now. That doesn't mean they're not doing things because Nintendo always does that. They say the bare
Nintendo's always
minimum,
working
and they
on
do mean
something.
they don't have anything planned for now. And
'Cause they
their
don't know.
reason was that they have Switch special edition Switch is still coming out.
Yeah. Why announce the Switch Pro
Yeah.
when you've got special editions that you
Well-
want to get off the shelves? Like,
I'm
when
pretty
the-
sure this, well, if there is a special edition or a Switch Pro, it won't be what people think it will be. It will be,
slightly better.
yeah,
the
slightly
only
better.
the only of the part of the rumors that I'm expecting there to actually be is DLSS upscaling from Nvidia because it is an Nvidia based platform. So I totally believe that because it's relatively inexpensive hardware wise to add that. Anything else though is up in the air, which there better be Bluetooth if they make a Switch Pro and there's not Bluetooth on there. I'm gonna be very upset.
I think I've talked about this on the show before, but back when the Switch was first rumored, I had coworkers at Target start telling people to not buy the Wii U because Nintendo was about to announce a new system, and that was like late 2015,
Look,
early 2016. Like
the
they
Switch
weren't
came
anywhere
out-
close to announcing it yet.
The Switch came out and people were like, "Don't buy it. They're going to announce a Switch Pro."
This is true.
I'm like, what?
4 years later, there's still not a Switch Pro.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same stuff over and over again. Hopefully, it'll actually be right though. I'm tired of hearing the rumors. I just want to either it happen or
Oh, it's not even
No,
a rumor. It's
Grant,
just people making up
Switch
stuff.
Pro.
well, yeah, anyway, so Breath of the Wild 2 information coming later this year. I think we all just cleansed our mind a little bit out of that. And also Zelda, but we do have some actual Zelda news. Skyward Sword HD, I'm sure you've seen it, is coming out July 16th with non-motion control schemes, but there is still motion control versions as well. There's a new special edition Joy-Con set coming out for it, which is already being scalped. The only place it has not sold out yet is Amazon because it has not gone live yet.
Wait,
And,
has Walmart had it yet?
and Walmart too. Yeah, I forgot to mention Walmart.
Walmart never counts.
Um,
They're good in a pinch.
But yeah, I'm sure you've seen it online either through everyone being upset at the scalping and or people being upset at the port being $60.
Oh, I actually did have a thought for this. Ports from the GameCube and the Wii to the Wii U for $60 are good. Ports from the Wii to the Switch are bad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the fact that people are acting like there won't be quality of life changes.
For
Both
real.
Twilight Princess and Wind Waker had changes to make them better.
That's true.
And,
And
if
those
they
aren't
port,
even like super disliked games when they came out. Like Skyward Sword, you couldn't go anywhere involving Zelda without people saying like, "Man, Skyward Sword's so bad. Franchise is dead. It's boring. The controls are god awful." You think
Yeah.
they haven't learned from that and done even better stuff for that than they did with the ones that people treasure now, like Wind Waker? Like,
Wind Waker wasn't
No.
treasured at launch.
but by that point, by the time when they were remastering it, it was.
That's true.
I see the biggest changes being the item will tell you the first time you pick it up, not every time you restart the console. And fee won't be as annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's big stuff coming finally. Skyward Sword HD. Also, there's big rumors around that Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD will be coming later this year, presumably with the Breath of the Wild 2 news. That
if
was
Wind Waker gets ported from the Wii U, I hope they at least add autosave.
They're gonna add amiibo support, guys.
This was from, I remember this leak specifically. It was from one of the writers at Video Game Chronicle. He has leaked other things before, not directly, but like hinted at it and been correct with stuff like this. So it's a pretty easy thing to believe too. I'm sure it's coming at some point. He like tweeted like, "Hey, if you're disappointed that it's only Skyward Sword, don't worry. The other two are coming later this year." You know, blah blah blah. Nothing confirmed, but again, just another rumor to add to the pile. And finally, the last big announcement is Splatoon is coming to Nintendo Switch in 2022. Back into the ink. Splatoon 3, yes. It is set in a deserted desert. And
So
Alex already made a point earlier that this is already like the first showing of based on the final Splatfest win in Splatoon 2, which was Chaos 1 over Order. So that's how we got
this
here.
also has some interesting lore implications because the cities we've been on in Splatoon are artificial because the Earth got flooded.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm very excited to see what's like coming out of this.
So for it to be a desert mean they found land.
I'm just excited you can have pets.
For real.
That's so big,
Big
dude.
hype, big
Dude.
hype.
And you
Do
can
y'all
dress
feel
them.
bad about killing the little things in
No, because they
Briscoe's
would
mode?
always come up and murder me while I was dealing with the bigger ones.
And that is the Nintendo Direct. That is.
There is an
um,
interesting thought that since Splatoon and Animal Crossing devs are the same team, that maybe the reason Animal Crossing had to use its first year to do holidays is because at least half the team was working on Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
It just sounds like the two teams need to be split, though.
Yeah.
Well, really, you don't need as many people to do update stuff as you do to make the game.
True.
True, but both of these games will be at least pushing update contents. The content
'cause
updates are
Animal Crossing said they had 3 years of content planned. Whether or not they do 3 years of content is yet to be seen.
And yeah, I mean, like creating update stuff is just a lot easier to do than actually making the game. So it takes
True.
less people to run that. I wouldn't be surprised that as soon as the game was ready to launch, they already had people starting to do art and build the basic stuff, things like that. So
It wouldn't surprise me if people were doing that during the development.
yeah, but yeah, that is the Nintendo Direct. Lots of cool stuff coming out. Be sure to listen to us every week so we can keep you updated on all that stuff that's coming out as it comes out and all that good stuff. Now, on to our cringe alliteration. We're back. It's been so long. I know. I'm sorry we held you away from our alliterations for such a long time, but we are back with the birthday bounty because it's Zelda and Pokemon's birthday week. So this is our weekly segment where we go around and talk about the games we've been playing, any pickups we got, if anything, and things of that nature. And we're also going to talk about our favorite Pokemon in Zelda memory. So, I'm going to go first. I got a really cool NES mouse. That is a weird pickup, I know, but it's super cool. I've been really enjoying it. It's super satisfying to click things now because it's like pressing an NES button. And those are very satisfying buttons. I also finally got my N64 game cases in that I talked about like a month ago. And they're really good. They're so good. They're not perfect. It's a little difficult to put the cartridge in its holder. But once you get it in there, it holds it perfectly. Everything fits just amazingly. The material's good. The prints are very high quality. And I'm overall very satisfied with the cases. So You should definitely check them out. CustomGameCases.com or GamingRelics.com. The company name is Custom Game Cases. You should just Google it. They make cases for all sorts of things, all sorts of consoles, and they do a really good job. It takes a while. Like I said, it took me like a month to get them, but I definitely recommend it. I've also been playing Stardew Valley. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley and Apex Legends. I played a little bit of Super Mario World randomly because I felt like it, and a little bit of Miss Pac-Man because I felt like it. And it's so hard to choose these memories, but I'd say Pokemon, probably playing Pokemon Yellow for the first time on a Game Boy Color. That was really cool. Like being loaned that stuff and playing it because I'd never heard about it before then. And I got very sucked into it, and that was cool. And then Zelda memory is definitely freshman year of college when it came out, where I would work extra hard to have long weekends free so I could literally do nothing but play that game and like totally zone out and just play for hours and hours. It was so much fun. I don't think I've ever played a game of that type like that before and been sucked into it. Usually it's a farming sim that does that to me, but that's probably my favorite Zelda memory because it was just so much fun and so relaxing to just forget everything and be absorbed into the world of Breath of the Wild. Okay, short, sweet, to the point. Alex, go ahead.
This week I've been busy with tons of tests and projects, so the only game I've played, and it's mostly been today, is Persona 5 Strikers.
How is it?
I'm having a great time.
Sick.
So Zelda memories. Pokemon. So my first Pokemon game was Crystal, right? And within Pokemon memories, all I remember is as a kid, you don't really know anything. And if you click name Pokemon, you can't back out on the old ones. So my Cyndaquil, and through its evolutionary line, was named Fire. And Silver's name, because they were like, hey, you met that kid. What's his name? I was like, well, this is a trick question. There were no names. Question mark, question mark.
What
What?
What about Zelda?
Zelda memories.
His name's literally linked to Sora. He's gotta think.
Yeah, you better be good, bro.
I don't know. It's so hard to pick. Like a specific Zelda memory.
Yeah, that was really hard too. I fought between the Breath of the Wild one and when Majora's Mask 3D came out with the new 3DS, and I got that for my birthday. That was a very close second. It took me a while to decide which one was good.
Man, I've been playing Zelda for literally forever. I remember a lot of car trips of just playing different Zelda games just for fun. Or like, it was shortly after I picked up, I think it was Spirit Tracks. Like, we'd be walking around stores with our parents, and I would have my DS, and I'd just be playing Spirit Tracks while following them.
We did that with Pokemon Black and White as well. Alex had brought his DS, and I did not, so he was able to play while we were walking around Sam's, and I was not.
Yeah.
You sound a little salty.
It's interesting. Because I get really bad, like, vertigo and car sick. Like, I can't play games in cars now. Not really.
Yeah, I feel that. I kind of struggle with that too.
Which kills me, because I'm like, you're in a car for 7 hours. The things kind of help. The stands that you can get for behind seats.
Yeah.
Instead of just holding it myself. But I can't play like a crazy game like Mario, where you're doing flips and all over the place.
Yeah. Imagining playing like Mario Galaxy in a car kind of makes me nauseous sitting here.
I feel like
Yeah.
Octopath would probably be a good game to play in the car for you, just
yeah.
since that camera doesn't move.
Y'all gotta
Much.
take some cyclazine.
Well, Grant
I-
drives now, so it's not like he's playing while he's
Yeah,
driving.
99% of the
hope.
time
Right.
I'm going somewhere, I'm driving. So,
Also, I just want to say something real quick. Like, just Cameron holding a grudge every single day.
bro, I
Like,
could imagine Cameron just being heated AF over like that one time. He got to play the game in Sam's Club and I didn't get to play. Oh, that's good. Well, okay then. Cooper, go ahead.
all right. What have I been playing? I've played a little bit of Dragon Quest 2, which is
We're playing an actual game, guys.
yes, sir. I finally figured out how to get to one place I was really lost at, and I finally found the prince. And then they're like, "All right, now you got to find the princess," and I'm like, "What the?" So yeah,
And old RPGs and old games in general are bad about like telling you what you need to do.
yeah. I'm doing my best not to use a guide, and I've done really good so far. But man, it is getting.
Yeah. Old games are just brutal. Like, well, because you're expected to have the manual, and the
Mhm.
manual
Yeah,
tells
right.
you most of that
Or
stuff.
be able to call
I-
the hotline.
I would not recommend anyone try to play the original Zelda without some help.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great example. Like, you're really supposed to have the manual because the manual tells you everything you need to know. That's just how
Mario
old games were. You couldn't
64.
make there was no like room on the cartridge for making tutorials, so you
Mhm.
just print everything on the manual.
Mario 64 DS is a better Mario 64, solely because of the fact that you have a map telling you where these stupid stars are. You don't have to search the entire level to learn that you're at the wrong one.
Yeah.
I don't think 64 is that bad.
I don't know,
Wait.
some of those are.
You're supposed to use the names as the hints in 64. Original NES games are just very obtuse because you're supposed to have the manual. That's right. But without a guide, I wouldn't recommend starting with any Zelda game. The first two, like 1 and 2, probably not without something. A Link's to the past and ones like that, and after that one, you'd be fine without a guide.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
My favorite Pokemon memory, I think it would just have to be. Well, I never beat Platinum actually. I never beat the Elite Four, but I have like
A level 100 Torterra.
yeah, that was like probably one of my greatest things. I was like, I'm a flex on camera. Well, I only got the word flex was really a thing when I was, but I was like, I'm gonna be better than Cameron. I'm gonna beat, even though he has a team like I was literally built just around to destroy like, my entire team. I was like, I'm gonna beat him. I just gotta get Torterra to level 100.
This man got Torterra at level 100 and didn't finish Pokemon Platinum.
And didn't use the Elite Four. Let's clarify.
Yeah, no, he went and did all his grinding, not at the Elite Four. Like
That
you
is
know, a normal person.
nauseating. That's more nauseating than playing Mario Galaxy in the car.
Ugh.
For real. It's like the only like that's basically like as a kid, that's the Fire Emblem Heroes now for me. Like that's basically like all I did. As soon as I got home, back to grinding. Like
His time in that game is insane. It's like Cameron's Y time, except Cameron
I had-
spent all his
I
Y
had
time breeding.
X.
for
Did I?
Do you have X?
Yeah,
had
I know.
Oh yeah, I had
Because
Xerneas
you
Yeah.
guys had
or
Y.
Bipedal, and you
Grant
had
made
yeah.
fun of me for it
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and like
Wait, what did I make fun of you for?
because
he
you guys
has
had
X
Y
like a
and I
scrub.
had X.
Get him,
I
Grant.
had X. I did not make fun of you. That was probably Dylan because
But I remember somebody making fun of me.
why would
for
I
having
make fun
X.
of you when I had the same version as you? Why would I do that? I also had X. I think it was Dylan because I would poke fun at both of you because both of you had like several hundred hours in Pokemon and in that generation, and I was like, how do you do that? And then I'm over here bringing my laptop to school so I can play Stardew Valley.
Oh, I miss those days.
Dude, I miss those days of like everyone staring at me in history class because we'd finish our work within like 20 minutes, and I'd go ask the teacher like, "Hey, can I pull my laptop out?"
I
And then
remember
just
in high school when you were the smartest person in the room.
Man,
No.
Good times.
no, yeah,
my scholastic performance is way better now.
Mine's not.
Mine's worse.
I had a steep decline and then it came a little bit back up. I recovered eventually, but not in time to get a co-op or
Dude,
internship.
Mine's
But
worse,
I
and in
get a
high
job.
school, I was going to honor bands and stuff all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. You just sort of
That's a terrible thing
Died.
to say. Yeah, you really let yourself go. Yeah, that was terrible.
he did. I don't.
Okay.
My grades are
Oh my
fine.
god, dude, you keep doing it. I mean, he did.
Cameron's a jerk.
Cameron, shut up. Cooper, what's your Zelda memory?
Ooh, I think because I haven't really played a lot of Zelda games, I think Wind Waker would be a pretty easy one. I really like the Miiverse connection with the Wii U. I really like the bottles. And I really like the boats. And I really like the fishing. Well, there wasn't a lot of. It wasn't like fishing, but it was like, you put the seeds in the water. That was pretty cool. I did like that. And then you got that weird fish. It was pretty cool. And yeah. But the thing about like Pokemon, like, I have like over. I think it's like over 200 or something insane. But yeah.
Hours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. 200 years.
Mayo, go ahead.
Unfortunately, this week I've not gotten a lot of gaming in. Again, I take my Security Plus on Wednesday, so I don't really have the ability to focus on that. And I've also been trying to play a little bit more guitar because I know that I haven't in a while, and catch up on some miniature painting. Last week, pretty much, I think right after we recorded the last episode, I got on Magic Arena again, and I hit gold tier finally.
Hey.
So I can consider myself an above average Magic player, barely, in one format that no one plays.
Excellent.
So we'll take it. But I'm also at the point now where I'm in the lowest of gold tier, and I keep running into decks that just smash mine to pieces.
This is the same problem that Cameron and I have had in Apex when you get to platinum. Like,
I
you
can't
get to
even get
platinum
the
and you
gold
stop.
right now. Every time I get close, it's like, oh, you wanted 10 losses in a row, right?
Well, luckily it doesn't take me down to the next lowest tier if I lose a ton. Like, there's 6... You have to get 6 individual game wins to go up to the next one. But if you lose, you just lose that many of however many you lost, whether it's a match or a single game. And it won't put you down to the next one. But I'll get up to like 1 win until I hit gold tier 3. And then it'll be the same life gain, angel tribal, control garbage that is just the antithesis to the deck that I'm playing. And that's not even a good deck. It's not something that's common in the meta right now. It's really good at countering what I do. So luckily, different from Apex, since it's just like a card game, the issue lies with the cards I'm using. Like, if I spend I'm trying not to go too much into the economy of Magic Arena, but when you open packs, you either pull randomly or you accrue wild cards of the different rarities in the actual game, and you can cash those in for a card of that rarity. And I've stockpiled a few at this point, and the issue now is I have to choose which deck I want to cash all of those in on if I want to continue to be successful, because mine just doesn't stack up anymore. And it's not bad, because it's not like a real money spending thing, but it is encouraging and discouraging at the same time to hit that ceiling.
It sounds like it.
But anyway, favorite Pokemon memory, there's 2 that I'm kind of strung out between The first one is, I think, pretty much the first time I experienced being super hyped in the moment to play a sequel for a franchise that I cared about, because my first Pokemon game was Ruby, and I loved it. It was one of the first 3 video games I ever owned myself that I played. It was awesome. And then Pearl comes out. I get a DS, and I get Pearl. My friend got Diamond, and just bringing it home, starting it up, and the intro sequence. I know that compared to intro sequences in games now, it's nothing too special, but in that moment it was like, oh my god, this is real. This is awesome. I get to see this on new technology. Spoilers weren't a thing that I was paying attention to, so when I see Piplup, Turtwig, and Chimchar and Palkia on the box, I'm like, oh, what's this? What could it turn into? Oh, whoa. So either that, or I remember with that same generation, I was still playing Pearl. One of my friends, I guess that would have still been elementary school at that point, we had figured out what an action replay was, and yeah, and we were having fun with that, even though I think in the moment we realized we're unlocking these cool legendaries that you're not supposed to get, but they are fake. They don't have really any value or anything. But it was just cool to have that moment of, oh, someone used the walk through walls code, and if you keep walking north from Kanaclav City, you hit this island with a nightmare guy on it, and what's he about? And if
Nightmares.
if you hack it the right way on Spear Pillar or whatever it's called, you meet God.
Dude, there was so many things they just didn't give out for that game.
Yeah, and then they ended up doing the Darkrai event. And Darkrai, I don't know if I had to choose a non-legendary Pokemon to be my favorite, since legendaries are kind of cool by default most of the time, then I might be a little bit harder pressed. But Darkrai is my favorite Pokemon. So getting that in the event was awesome.
I can't believe they nerfed him, though. Because his signature move is worse than just putting them to sleep with hypnosis.
Yeah, I remember when me and that same friend were we used the action replay to get the exact Pokemon that we wanted to battle each other with over Wi-Fi, and it may still be on YouTube, but there's a battle between him and I, and the Darkrai on my team was the MVP. I was able to sweep, I think, half of his team just from how Dark Void or whatever it is called worked back then. It was so good. But then I had just hacked in level 100 Pokemon that I wanted. He did that and then traded it on the GTS, which I also really miss, and he ended up getting what I'm pretty sure in hindsight was a perfect IV Salamence, and that killed the rest of my team pretty easily.
Oof.
But anyway, just uncovering all those secrets about it was just, it's awesome. It's rare that I get to feel that sense of discovery with a game nowadays, and I really miss it.
Yeah, I think that's what got me with Breath of the Wild so much. Is just that sense of I don't know. A lot of the things you feel with new games as a kid is so hard to experience again as an adult. I really like that point you made about the intro sequence, booting a new game up for the first time, especially when you're a kid and new games don't come around all that often.
True.
That was
then
good.
Interestingly enough, with Zelda, I'm pretty sure my favorite memory of it is sitting in your dorm after we had waited 4 hours at Walmart with Scalper Billy Corgan to try and get you a Switch and the Breath of the Wild game, and I didn't have a job at that point, so I was just tagging along to bum around a Walmart for 4 hours to be able to say that I could in situations similar to the one that I find myself in right now. But sitting in the dark in your dorm and seeing the boot up sequence and Link coming out of the rejuvenation chamber and walking onto that cliff and seeing the whole world and everything. That was just
Yeah,
they
it's
knew what they
so
were
good,
doing.
dude. The sound design is so minimalistic and yet fascinating. I love every time I hear it now, I get filled with that same initial sense of like, oh my goodness, this is like incredible.
They
Yeah.
knew exactly what they had done there. They were like, this is big, this is a really good game, and this opening sequence is going to be exactly what it needs to be, and they nailed it. I mean,
Yeah, really was.
I don't think that I give Nintendo credit sometimes for when they really, really, really get it right, and that's definitely a good example of it. When they get it right, they do it, man.
That's dude. I
Yeah.
missed 2017. That was like the last that was like the last best year for gaming I've had. That's the most recent best year for gaming because Nintendo did it twice because they also dropped Mario Odyssey in the same year.
Oh yeah,
Like
It is still amazing that Odyssey's main feature didn't leak prior.
yeah, for real. Okay, well, Cameron, finish us off.
Okay, so this week, despite having started a job last week, I have managed to play a few games. I helped Haley with Pikmin 3. I had Haley help me with my Pikmin 3. I've completely 100%ed it now. Did all the two-player stuff, so it's done. There's no reward. I'm not surprised, just disappointed. I brought my 30S to work today because I'm so bored during lunch, but I want my hour off because I'm not going to get paid either way. So I played Hey Pikmin. Yeah, great game, guys. Amazing. Let's see. I played Animal Crossing, and I've played. I got back to recording the ReZero visual novel game, which I think it's fine. I just can't really count it as playing, I guess, except for a few scenes. And that might be it. Work is cutting into my game time, guys. Oh, I ordered the Mario pins. And so did Grant, and so did Alex.
Oh yeah, Mario pins. I hope you got your Mario pins if you're listening, because that was a nightmare.
There's still a chance you can get them. And if you're listening and you somehow haven't heard of this yet, if you just set your clock on your computer back, you can get any of the sign up for this mission rewards that you need.
Who would have
And
thought
that's like
it would be
4
that easy?
free ones. Seriously, you had to struggle to get your last one.
Yeah. I don't think any of ours have shipped yet as of this recording, though.
I don't think so. I haven't gotten.
we would have gotten.
Yeah, I haven't been notified of a shipment yet. So
I think the sad thing is though, like I saw it like pretty early in, and I accidentally hit F5 and I refreshed it. It said claim here or whatever. I was like, oh.
Yeah, if you weren't in on getting it initially, when you loaded the thing, it would say 0 out of 22, and then after a second, it would pick a random number between 0 and 22, and then pick another random number out of those missions you complete. Like, it would select a certain number of missions, and then give you the value of that mission. So oftentimes, you'd be getting like 3 out of 8, 7 out of 12.
my favorite was 0 out of 0.
0 out of 0, yeah.
0 out of 0. 9% achieved.
1 out
guys.
of 1, 2 out of 2, 2 out of
That
3.
sucked.
Yeah,
That
like
sucks
so you just
so
have to
hard.
refresh 50 million times
Con-
until you got the enough missions.
Consistently towards the end, I got I would have had it if I had more missions.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
That sucked, but I'm so glad. Like after, like I feel like if I looked it up right now, they're still available on Nintendo's site. Oh, and there's an extra mission now. If you go to Nintendo's Animal Crossing New Horizons Island, you have that count as a mission. So there's 23 now. So maybe they've got enough pins. I don't really know. Okay, so as for Pokemon and Zelda, I think for Zelda, it's probably gonna be the week after launch. We were on spring break, and we went down to the beach because, freshman year is stressful. So I brought Zelda, and I played the Switch at the beach, mostly Zelda, and it was a good time. I got a lot of puzzles solved because what else was I going to do on car ride down?
I really enjoyed the Switch when it came out because that means I finally had something to do in my physics class that I never paid attention in. I'm sorry, Dr. Strong, if you're listening to this right now, but I never paid attention. I was playing Breath of the Wild, and
I wish I couldn't, or I didn't need to listen in physics. I struggled in that class, and I was paying attention the whole time.
And then after Mario Kart came out, me and my buddy that I had in the class next to me, we'd split the Joy-Con off and do that. We'd play Mario Kart.
I played Mario Kart so much in my higher level cybersecurity class.
Yeah, dude. Really, the Switch was not a good thing for my collegiate career, if I'm being totally honest.
Well, you say that, but your GPA ended up higher than mine, so.
See,
right,
but that
my GPA went up during this.
Well, my GPA. Well, I don't know. My grades weren't affected, but I can tell you I didn't learn as much as I should have because of that.
I mean,
it really just made tests more of a pain because then I had to spend more time outside of class studying on all the things I didn't really pay attention to in class.
I had to do that regardless because somehow it always ended up being that what was on the test for physics did not feel like I'd learned in lab or during the lectures. Let's see, Pokemon. Okay, so it's between two, and since Maya's already done two, since Alex and I had the same game as youngins, when I started Crystal, I named my Totodile Toad, and this was after the Blue Boy glitch. What?
Toad.
I named my competitive for alligator Toad after it. But yeah, I named him Toad. I lost that cartridge. Very sad. But I think probably my favorite memory is with Gen 6. While I was dating my ex, I managed to complete the entire Pokedex, including the mythics that I had not been able to obtain when they were originally released. It was very satisfying being able to just move all of them from X into Alpha Sapphire and just seeing the number spike to complete. I can't do that anymore though, because I did not care for Gen 7. So I don't have all of those, and I don't have all of Gen 8, and I'm not paying $16 a year to have them trapped in Pokemon Home. Guess I could, though. I don't want to. But yeah. Definitely completing the decks for me.
Well, alright then. That wraps up our birthday bounty. So be sure to personally talk to the Zelda gods and Pokemon Company. Otherwise, you will be punished. And wish them happy birthday. Okay. Wow, this episode is already incredibly long. So we're going to speed up through these tidbits here. Cooper, you have the floor for Faye.
Okay, I'll do my best to make it short. So we got a Day of Devotion revival banner with Duo Alm, Faye, a 4-star demote Conrad, and Rudolph. Yeah. And we're getting a legendary banner trailer this Wednesday. So pretty much after the podcast comes out. Well, it's gonna be out 9 p.m. our time. So Yeah. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, that was really short. Microsoft is making a new first-party headset for Xbox and PC. Finally, it's $100, so same price as the PlayStation 5 headset. Drops March 16th. There's a few things we want to talk about that were not mentioned in the direct. The Mario update for Animal Crossing also includes the Pi Day celebration, the St. Patrick's Day celebration, and Girls' Day. I didn't know that was a day. But then
There's
again,
a thing in Japan.
Oh, okay. Skyward Sword HD will have amiibo functionality, like we mentioned earlier, and Miitopia is retaining its amiibo functionality. We talked about before that the Pokemon event this Saturday, the 27th, with Post Malone. We talked about that, and there's a Pokemon Day announcement very likely for this week. So be sure to keep your eyes.
They're counting down to Pokemon Day. I would be surprised if there's not something major for the 25th anniversary.
So be sure to keep your eyes and ears peeled, folks, and be sure to tune in next week so you can listen to us talk about it. I mentioned this rumor earlier from Video Games Chronicle that Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD will be coming to Switch later this year, presumably with the Breath of the Wild 2 news. Mario Kart Tour got the DK Summit from Mario Kart Wii. Got that map. Yay, Mario Kart Tour.
That game gets so much cool stuff.
Monster Hunter, there are going to be 2 Monster Hunter Directs on March 8th and March 9th, which is the second Monday and Tuesday in March. They'll be showing off gameplay and things of that nature for Monster Hunter Rise, so be sure to tune into that.
There's also one on the 14th, right?
I think so as well.
That was like a community day or something. It's not
gameplay.
The
and stuff like
directs,
that.
yeah.
BlizzCon Line was last weekend. Diablo 2 Resurrected announced, coming to every platform except Stadia. Haha. Diablo 4 and Blizzard Arcade Collection were also announced. I'm tempted on Blizzard Arcade Collection because I really want Blackthorn. I've always wanted to try that game out.
Nintendo just posted a video about Blizzard Arcade Collection because I got the notification on my phone.
Yeah. And lastly, Notre Dame will not be participating in the new EA college football game that we talked about for now. And I know you're probably like, haha, it's because they're bad. And you're probably right. But they stated Notre Dame will not participate in the game until such time as rules have been finalized governing the participation of our student athletes. As those rules are developed, it is our strong desire that student athletes be allowed to benefit directly from allowing their name, image, and performance history to be used in the game. Which I'm pretty sure
going to be fake people in this one.
Yeah, because they're not licensing through the NCAA. I don't think it's legal to do that, but I'm not really sure of the legal ramifications of that. But for now, until everything's said and done about how this game is going to work in terms of the legal finance side of stuff like that, Notre Dame will not be participating.
Just sounds like Notre Dame won't be in it at all then if they don't. It's most likely they're not going to use...
Why would you choose Notre Dame anyway?
I was going to say, they're not participating in this, but it's not like they participate in much anyway.
They didn't participate. They didn't participate in the playoffs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey-o, knee slap, zinga, boom. Notre Dame's bad. Anyway. And our last topic for the day is the Skyward Sword Joy-Con. Like we said, they've already gone up and have sold out at
and the Pro Controller.
Yeah.
And Skyward Sword HD.
At least on Amazon.
At least on Amazon.
It has already gone up and sold out at Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. The Joy-Con have yet to go up on Amazon or Walmart.
But
so if you're looking for them, you need to really.
You need to buy it like everyone else is.
You don't. I wouldn't say bot. You turn on Twitter notifications there's tons of Twitter pages that tweet out stuff like that. Nintendo, Amiibo alerts tweets Joy-Con stuff. Wario64, cheap ass gamer. Follow them on Twitter. Set notifications. IGN Deals will tweet too. Follow them, set notifications, and be ready to just
Be ready to grab Walmart's order because Amazon has already put up their page for the
Yeah,
Joy-Cons,
Amazon's
and
already
if
been
they're not
botted.
already sold out, they're gonna be botted. And Amazon no longer does their thing where it's Prime only. So good luck with that.
yeah. So you really got to keep your eyes and ears pinned down for if you're looking to get those Joy-Con and have not already. They
And you
are
gotta hope
already
that it
being posted for
doesn't screw up.
over $200 in some cases.
Yeah.
And these people don't even have them yet.
I've had notifications on for those accounts for years, and my phone did not give me any of the notifications when Target went live.
Most of my
So-
pre-orders live on those Twitter for notifications. I recommend following them for most
Seriously.
Nintendo things that go up because that's usually how I figure out when things go up.
Classic. It's not classic now I think about it.
So yeah, the scalping again. Why is scalping in every facet of life? It's not even video games
Because
anymore.
those people had money.
Well, it wasn't video
And-
games initially. It was like football tickets and concert tickets, but they can't do any of that right now. So they're going to physical things that are easier to obtain than football and concert tickets, apparently.
Yeah, like they're going for video games. They're going for shoes. They're going for
Shoes.
like
On cards.
yeah, gaming cards of any
Pokemon,
kind.
Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Magic has
whenever-
not been touched too badly yet. It's just the reserved list that's getting
The-
bought out. And same with 40K. I'm glad that those have not been touched too much, and it's just shipping concerns that are the problem.
They'll change soon if they can't find Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Our
now.
Target's card section is basically out of
Yeah.
everything. I think it's just because they're not able to find what they want, so they're just buying out everything else in hopes that something will make their profit back for them.
Well, I'm hoping that they stay away from Magic and 40K because since it's not really marketed towards kids, it doesn't have that wide nostalgic appeal that allows for people like Jake Paul to jump onto the train and then
Screw
make it
everyone.
skyrocket more. Yeah, they're not going to
That's
do that
exactly
with
what
40K.
happened.
I don't know if Warframe will. I could see Magic getting dragged in though. Easy.
Warframe, Warhammer.
Warhammer.
His
Look-
brain is fried.
Yeah.
Warframe.
I told
that
them
free
before
game
we-
being scalped.
Right.
Like, don't put it past them.
Yeah, yeah. I
Look,
really wouldn't
people
put it
will
past
scalp anything though. They'll take digital codes
Bro,
from years
people-
ago and be like,
People have been scouting Dr. Pepper creams, not scouting, scalping. I'm also turning into Alex right now. I like Dr. Pepper cream soda. Because I am a huge Diet Dr. Pepper fan, and I'm sure many of you listening are too. And you think Dr. Pepper and cream soda, that's amazing. Why would I not buy that? But there's literally people on
'Cause you can't
Amazon
buy it.
selling 12 packs for $30. I have yet to see Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda anywhere. I've seen Dr. Pepper cream soda around a couple times.
Diet Dr. Pepper. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, Dr. Pepper cream soda. I've seen it up here at the Kroger down the street.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. And I bought it once just because I could taste it, but super sugary sodas make me sick usually. So that's why I like the diet ones. And I haven't seen them anywhere. And you can get them online for 7 times the original price. I'm sorry, I'm not paying $30 for a 12-pack. I just can't do it.
For real.
You know where you might be able to get it? It wouldn't be exact like what's in the bottle or cans, but the places with the mixed drinks might have it.
I feel like Sam's Club has it.
Like the combination ones.
No, Sam's Club does not because they don't even sell regular Diet Dr. Pepper, at least at mine. It's just very painful. Because I've resorted to buying a lot of drinks from Sam's Club, so I don't have to buy. I can get them cheaper, and I don't have to go to the store as much. And yeah, they don't even sell Diet Dr. Pepper there. It's only regular, so I'm stuck between Diet Coke and Coke Zero. It's kind of depressing, but
Diet Coke's interesting because it's designed, or New Coke was designed to be it, but whatever it is, Diet Coke's New Coke from the 90s.
what?
Do you not? Okay, at one
It
point
is.
in time, Coke tried to change their main flavor.
I remember New Coke being a thing. I know that.
Yeah. and Diet Coke tastes like New Coke because they shipped it like that. I don't remember which is which, but they either base New Coke on Diet Coke or Diet Coke on New Coke. But they haven't changed Diet Coke, which is why it tastes different than regular Coke.
Oh, but enough about soft drinks to follow
This-
this conversation, you guys.
I feel like I'm kind of over
Look,
everyone's head or not explaining it well.
We're all kind of exhausted right now. I think we're all
Yeah.
all of us are burned
There's-
out
there's
mentally.
just-
So this
Yeah.
is.
Um,
I mean, I gotta
we saved
actually
everything
have
we
a-
had for the direct.
I have a
True.
small piece
Yeah.
of Nintendo news that I just saw. I don't know how big of news this is. So Nintendo responded to a tweet from Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, we forgot to
Oh,
mention
yeah.
that. Nintendo tweeted
That's how it.
as a response to a Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing. So
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered might be coming to Switch soon.
Soon.
Nintendo never replies to stuff like that on their Twitter account, so
Although
they
I
might have
assume
accidentally leaked it.
I assume that the path from, Nintendo tweeting the eyes emoji at Tony Hawk and then like getting a game on a console, I assume that's a very long path anyway. But this could
It
be.
might not be.
True.
It
Especially-
depends
Especially
on if it's
Nintendo.
been in the works.
Oh, sorry, but especially like Nintendo of America, like
I don't know. Nintendo of America has responded to a couple things like that before, though.
but it's very rare. They don't do it often.
Yeah. There was like some huge conversation between companies, and Nintendo jumped in on it. But I don't remember what they were talking about. But I remember like Sonic's account was in on it, and Bugsby 3D's account was in on it.
oh my gosh.
Gross.
Look,
Bubsy 2!
Bubsy 3.
the only thing I'm like
Bubsy
really worried. The only thing I'm really worried about getting like scalped is the Steve amiibo.
The
See,
Estipo.
I don't think Steve. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but I don't think the Steve amiibo is going to be scalped.
It might because of nostalgia. I could see.
No,
no.
there's enough posable toys that are cheaper, like
Oh.
for a full set, than the Steve amiibo will be. That I don't think Steve is going to be scalped.
I mean, yeah, especially since this.
I'm going to
pose is-
pre-order him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, same here. especially since this pose is literally just gonna be him standing up straight.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a boring pose. Like Steve is not going to get scalped.
Hey, at least he doesn't have the P stand.
And with that, thank you so much for listening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry for the incredibly long runtime, but you can blame Nintendo for dropping a 50-minute direct out of nowhere. And we had to talk about everything. What else were we besides a gaming podcast? So thank you so much for listening. Be sure to share us with a friend. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Follow us on Twitter, All Night Gamers, night with a K. We're still working on that. We're uploads Wednesday, every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central. I am falling off the rails here. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you next week. Stay safe, all that good stuff, and bye-bye.
Bye.